for the queen until she gets back in the seat. But it is a Black Marriage Monday, and Dominique figured out some way, somehow, to get me in here on this mic. But I'm not going to say anything that's going to get me in trouble. I'm going to leave that completely up to my guest this morning. If I could just find the right notes and make sure that I give them the proper and just introduction that they deserve. We're going to kick this off Monday, and I actually wrote proper introduction here. See, I'm having a senior moment right now. Perhaps it's because I'm talking about marriage, but in this hour, he is the senior pastor, Shep Crawford, and co-pastor, Dr. Shalonda K. Crawford, a.k.a. Dr. Sunshine. Y'all know her from right here on KBLA Talk 1580, the Dr. Sunshine Show, which airs on Sundays at 8 a.m. And Pastor Crawford is a 5-time Grammy Award-winning producer. And, one of them things I'm going to get to is asking him at some point, is making, writing, producing a hit record easier than the 13 years of marriage that I understand that he has been married. They lead a church that, what I like about it is it's not what a traditional church shows up like. But let me first welcome them in, and then we'll clean up some of this mess that is not on my page in a second. Dr. Sunshine, Chef Crawford, pastors. Is it pastor or pastor? Which one?
Whichever one you want to say.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
If it's pastor, make sure you pass the plate.
Pass the peas like you used to.
That's the James Brown. The JB's pass the
Exactly.
peas.
Come on.
All right, so I'm gonna get right to it because I'm a. You know what? I've never interviewed two people that I'm a fan of.
Oh, wow.
Because I listen to your show on Sundays.
That's what I'm learning.
Yeah, well,
what an honor.
It's cheaper than church.
You can get it for free.
And I feel good afterwards.
It's my free consult Sunday. That's what I should call the show. Free consult Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, I didn't say that in front of the pastor. Right?
Yeah,
there.
right.
It's all good.
It's all good.
And obviously, folks are so familiar with your body of work and the records that you have produced, wrote, composed, and all the things as my daughter would say. But I'm serious about that question I was asking. Is writing and producing? I mean, that Deborah Cox record, man, it's
Nobody's supposed to be
been
here.
it's been here for a while,
Yes,
right?
this is true.
It ain't going nowhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is marriage more difficult than
Writing and producing?
a record?
Yes, marriage is more difficult. Than
Good answer.
Is it a good answer?
Yes. Yes.
Marriage is definitely more, writing and producing, you can just imagine, or, once you kind of put it down, that's it. It works for itself. And you move on to the next thing. When it comes down to marriage, there ain't no putting your wife down, moving on to the next woman, right? So it ain't no, when you perform well, that's it, and then you only have to do it once, and it's going to perform for you for the rest of your life. This is
you mean
constant
that
work.
I love you today, baby. Don't pay residuals.
Yeah. It might help that night.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
I love you today might help that night.
Ladies listening, help me in here.
In the morning, you gotta say it again.
And Dr. Sunshine. So my wife has friends that are therapists and in the psychology world, and they they come over and they get to offering their 2 cents. I said, hey, don't be therapying me. Like I'm at home. I'm
therapizing you.
Yeah,
Stop
I'm at
therapizing
home
me.
speaking out loud and talking in cursive. How do you I guess shelf what you are clinically trained? Like you have like 17,000 degrees, so you probably one of the smartest women and wives that one could have. How do you turn off that switch and just be a wife and not come into it with that clinical
You know what? This is a great question, and I don't know if I've had it asked framed quite in the way you've just asked it. But as I think about it, I think it's impossible to totally shelf it. You know, you go to school, you practice, you pick up things. So there are certain things you cannot unlearn. So part of it is just who I am. Though I am not working all the time, I think I am graced by God to hang things up and just be me. But I do think part of it is me. So unfortunately for me, part of the psychologist walks into all of my relationships to a degree, including my marriage. And that's unfortunate for me, because little do people know I am married to a therapist.
You know, I can appreciate it, because I am a constant witness. I am a constant observer. I'm always telling a story. Right? I'm always interrogating something. I always read in between the lines and underneath.
Your wife is also married to a therapist.
Well, you didn't help me, because my wife, as a C-suite executive, I understand she's just a CEO, and that's what it's going to be. And I need to.
Oh Lord.
I need to learn how to report up properly.
Okay.
When we come forward, we're going to continue this conversation. I got two of the smartest people in the world, because they love each other. Y'all got like 60-year marriage energy. Trust me, I know. I got 26 years in, so I can tell when folks is at the hip together. Dr. Sunshine Crawford and Senior Pastor Chef Crawford, they're in the building. We're going to continue this conversation. This is a Black Marriage Monday, only on KBLA Talk 1580. We got your black.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
Break out the champagne. Everybody can laugh.
KBLA Talk 1580 congratulates our own Keith Underwood, host of the weekend entertainment show Black in the Green Room, on his recent honor at the annual National Arts and Entertainment Journalism Awards. Keith received a first place award presented by the Los Angeles Press Club for his entertainment reporting, and we couldn't be prouder. Congratulations, Keith, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together, lead charitable initiatives on the motherland, and educate people from all walks of life on the beauty, legacy, and opportunity of Africa's 54 nations. And it's that time once again when African Focus is teaming up with KBLA Talk 1580 for our 8th annual African Focus Trailblazers Tour. Travel with us in 2026 when we're headed to the southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
Roger and Tracy saved over $18,400. Cynthia was recovering from a family tragedy and saved over $10,300. If you are drowning in debt, then call Debt Blue. Debt Blue is a professional debt negotiation firm with over 20 years of experience helping people pay back a fraction of what they owe. Learn how to cut your debt up to half or maybe more. Be debt-free in 24 to 48 months, even with bad credit. With an A+ rating from the BBB, you can rest easy knowing Debt Blue is going to deliver guaranteed debt reduction. Debt Blue offers a success guarantee guarantee. You pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved. That's right. You save money or it's free. Call now for significant debt relief and a free consultation. 800-200-8879. That's 800-200-8879. You don't have to declare bankruptcy. This program works if you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in debt. Call for your free consultation today. 800-200-8879. That's 800-200-8879.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. James Farr sitting in for Dominique DePrima. And in studio with me is Dr. Sunshine and her good husband, good brother, Chef Crawford.
Come on, no matter what.
My lovely husband.
Okay,
well,
there
you
you
know,
go.
you can put the lovely on.
My lovely.
I got good brother. You know this.
Yes.
This, like right now, this is two brothers walking the yard in a tear. Like you know, I confused the time he was serving and mistakenly said 13 years of marriage. I told you I was getting my notes back together, right?
Yeah.
And Pastor Crawford said, hey, brother.
He sure did.
Hey.
Yep.
22.
22. Going on 22.
Put some spec on that, right?
Listen, Pastor Shep Crawford is.
Won't let me out.
That's right. You're on death row. You with me for life. You got a life sentence. So serving hard time.
So I don't. And we're gonna get to the holiday stuff, right? Like this is you know, if my wife was there, I'd be quiet because I'd get myself in trouble. But this is just conversation. You know, grown folks, married folks, right?
Yeah.
It's different. It hit different because I tell these young cats, right, like. You can't even join this conversation until you got your ex. You got to get 10 years in. There's stuff that's happening here that you won't understand.
Oh, your ex. I like that.
Yeah, you got to get that ex in first. There's nothing. You can't even read the preface.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? The text is too dense.
Right.
You know what I mean, Doc?
Yeah.
You got to really study it, but you got to be in it because, you know, I used to want to be right.
Right. Exactly.
It took me some time
To realize that it's okay to be right in your head.
No, society told me I was supposed to be right.
Well, how so? That's interesting.
The prescribed patriarchy, the idea of what, you know, masculinity or manhood looks like in Western
America,
culture, American culture, and the dishonoring of the wife or the woman in the, you know what I mean, kind of in her place.
The head of household.
All it. I mean, my parents were married over 50 years, right? And I know nothing moved on that head without the neck. Mama ran everything, right? So I had that good understanding, but again, you're going out into the world will tell you it's supposed to be
right.
A certain way. I want to get into that holiday stuff, but 22 years, does it still feel? Because y'all had a blended family and then y'all picked up some along the way.
Right.
I told y'all had energy like y'all been married 70 years.
You said it. You said it.
6 kids, that'll age you a little bit.
Yeah. And the our children, it is blended. He had 2 coming into the marriage. I had 1. And the children range from 17 to 37.
Okay.
So we have them we've had all phases, you know, at one time, at some point.
Yeah, we
you know?
went through everything. The problems that come with, you know, combined family or the evolution that comes with it. Our family is very tight. I mean, they all you would imagine that if you saw them, you would think, you know, they both have both the mom and the same father. But we went through those bumps and bruises. We went through those bumps and bruises, and you know, we got to a point where we were looking at each other like, is this, you know?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We entertained the idea of the big D word at one point.
Yeah, and then
every couple does.
Yeah.
Every couple does.
Yeah, if we're being
sometimes
very
multiple
honest.
times,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because marriage will test you like that, like in a way that nothing else will test you in your life. What called it off, right? Who Was it who? I don't want to say waved the flag, right? But
Okay.
what was that moment?
Do you want to tell this story? I think you should tell this story.
Yeah, well, last week we decided to stay
this was
together.
last week.
Yeah, and then last night coming on to the show, we were like,
we got to put it off. We're like, we got to put it off. We're on the show now.
Yeah, if we're going to be on the show, we should at least be together.
Yeah.
So we're going to put, thanks to you, we're putting it off to the new
I said
year.
to tell the kids after the holiday, but
Right.
the show just came and, gave us confirmation.
You mean you was almost free?
Right, exactly.
Us free.
We had to. This is my second marriage.
Okay.
So one thing I recognize is that she had some of the same complaints that my first wife had. So I'm like, well, maybe it is me or my presentation, and so I really wanted to fix me. I didn't want to walk out. This was no exit door. We decided that at the beginning that we were going to stick this out. We were going to stay. And it took us a while to really, really navigate that. And when we thought it was good, the pandemic came. And, like everyone else who's living together and, kind of stuck in the same room, we noticed that we hadn't healed in the way that we needed to. We were just surviving. So this is 2020, 2021. And we, who a therapist and a pastor, went and got married.
Therapy.
Yeah, they're married.
Yeah, we went to marriage counseling.
I see the crack right there, some real vulnerability, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing the math in my head, right? Once you stamped it at 2020 and then the 22 years of marriage, y'all was well into it.
Yeah. So I think we first entertained splitting up right around the time of our last child.
Yeah.
So I was actually pregnant with our last child. That was tough, right? Wow. And so during the pandemic, we realized that we weren't as healed as we thought we were from way back then. And things were resurfacing because we really didn't do the work to heal. We did the work to put it behind us, like so many people do. So you don't deal with it. You just kind of put it behind you and move on.
Yeah, we thought we did.
We thought we did, yeah.
There was a point where she was saying that she wasn't happy. And then I was saying, well, I'm through trying to make you happy.
Because I've done all that I can.
Yeah, I've done all I can. You still not happy, and I was like, she said, what have you done? I said, I come home. No, just kidding.
Oh, Lord.
But it got bad. And then I was like, what do you need? Because, I'm providing, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And she's like, that's your pie and your measurement. That is a big thing. Mine, I'm missing what I need. I said, what is that? And then we found out it was intimacy.
Intimacy is
And I said,
need.
I need you to explain to me what you feel intimacy is. And she said, let me think about it because I know
you,
you're
bro.
a word guy. You know what I mean? You'll be like, no, you said. So I was like, she came back and told me, like, hey, when we're watching a movie, don't sit over there in your big chair. Come over here and sit with me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
When we're walking, hold my hand. You know what I mean?
Small things.
A little bit. I said, you know what? I can do that.
Yeah.
And when I did that, she turned into the woman that I was dating. So
did you feel judged in that moment though? Like, because you just said you were providing, like you were checking all of the boxes up through your chest.
Yeah.
Right.
Now she's coming at you with something that, in one respect, that's sucker stuff. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't want to put a label on it.
No. I feel what you're saying. It feels a little soft.
Yeah.
Right?
And maybe that's not you,
Well, yeah, I think one of the things that we learn is that, we're built different. And so my planting seeds to her and to her, when she told me what it was, I felt that's easy. You know what I mean? Like I can, I like sitting in my big chair. It has two arms. You know what I mean? As opposed to sit. But, but what she's asking is easy. So to me, I'm thinking either that's not it, really, or it could be it. One thing we're going to do is find out because I'm going to do it.
We gonna see.
And so in doing it, we kind of got back to where we were. But we really never dealt with the real problems until the pandemic came. And I mean, we weren't arguing a lot, you know what I mean? But there were so many things that we hadn't discussed because we wanted to keep the peace. So many things we didn't bring up, so many things that we haven't forgiven. And the pandemic came up, and it really showed us.
But Dr. Sunshine, you know, in your clinical practice, I'm pretty sure you help people kind of see, you know, do some self-realization of kind of what's in front of them. You know, I've spent a little bit of time on the couch, so I'm familiar with it in some respects. So, you know, the therapist doesn't solve the problem. They just help you see the problem. And you identify some things that kind of can work, and, you know, how are you know, all
of
the
that
things,
good
right?
stuff, right?
Right. You know, and so while all of this is going on, again, this goes back to you not unlearning, but are you diagnosing him? Because whether your wife is a therapist or psychologist.
Of course I am. You want me to come on this show and lie to you and the people? Of course I am. Well, here's the thing. When, you know, way back when the hurt, I would say, the heavy lifting was happening, I was not a therapist at that time. So this has kind of grown with us. And I'll be the first to say every good therapist has a therapist because of what you just described. The therapist doesn't necessarily bring you the solution, but allows you to see you and where you fit in to the equation. And so it's difficult for us to see us in the equation. You have to zoom out from the bird's eye view. So to answer your question, I mean, I was doing the best I could, but we needed to have some neutral eyes zoom in or zoom out and help us navigate. What are you saying?
I was thinking about the first therapist that we tried. Like, she was just a little. She was like, you know, just turned to her and said, you know, that really hurt my feelings. I was like, this is corny.
It was all the I statements, or whatever. She was having. I want you to fill out this paperwork.
We finally agreed.
So, and this is real. Black therapist? Did y'all seek one? Or
she was not black.
Yeah,
was
she
that
was
intentional?
a white person.
No, it
was
came
a
as a
referral.
recommendation.
Yeah, it was a referral.
Yeah.
Somebody referred her, and it was a trusted person that referred her. So we're like, okay, we're gonna give this a try.
But we also are good friends with Montel Jordan and his wife, Kristen Jordan. And, you know, they are deep into marriage therapy. And they have what you call the Jordan River, where they bring couples out on a retreat. That was life-changing for us. Yes, yeah, exactly.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, that was life-changing
definitely
for us right there.
That was better than any therapist that we had and to this date, because that retreat, which was run and facilitated by very, you know, proficient therapists, helped us to see the hurting places in ourselves.
Yeah.
In ourselves.
Yeah, because mainly I'm blaming her for things
I
had a problem with before I even met her.
Whoa.
So it helped us to see the trauma that we were bringing
carrying.
in.
Right.
So it gave us a different lens. Like, you have to heal your own trauma.
Be responsible for
and be
your
responsible
heart.
for it.
Now, were you married before, Dr. Sunshine?
No.
Okay, so you come with no marital experience.
Right.
And you come with an experience.
Yes.
And your experience is... See, I don't know anything about that, right? It's been one marriage, one wife.
Yeah.
You know, my wife is my baby mama, right?
Right.
And I love her in the same way. It is an honor and a privilege. I'm not even going to have time to get into that next one. But what I was thinking, you know, because you are, in order to do what you've done for a living professionally, right? Not your vocation now, your ministry now. That's a calling. That's something totally different.
Yeah.
But you're used to kind of helping people shape, right? And helping them see, right? Hear sonically through your words or whatever. This has a feel of vibration, right? And so I guess what I want to do when we come forward, right? What was that moment like with you when you told her, stop looking out the window, and you put a mirror in front of her face? Because that comes with that wife can sting sometimes. Stay with us only on KBLA Talk 1580. News and sports is up next. We got your black.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News Now. Nicki Minaj made a surprise appearance at Turning Point USA's America Fest. Nicki joined Erica Kirk on stage Sunday to bash California Governor Gavin Newsom and praise President Trump.
Dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president.
Minaj says she has the utmost respect and admiration for our president. Erica Kirk, the widow of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, is endorsing J.D. Vance for president in 2028. The vice president has not officially launched a bid for presidency. And an NBC News Decision Desk survey finds 70% of adults believe sports betting hurts the integrity of the game. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org.
Is this the time? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Chargers move closer to qualifying for the AFC playoffs with their 34-17 win at Dallas Sunday. If Indianapolis loses at home tonight to Houston, the Chargers are in. If Indianapolis wins tonight, the Chargers can lock up a playoff spot next Sunday with a win over Houston at SoFi Stadium. Impressive day for Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert, 23 of 29 for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Herbert ran 1 yard for another TD. The Chargers have won 4 straight. Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua was hit with a $25,000 fine by the NFL for making critical comments about the referees. Nacua made the comments during a live stream podcast last week. New UCLA football coach Bob Chesney is officially on the clock. Chesney's 2-year run at James Madison ended Saturday with their loss at Oregon in the first round of the college football playoffs. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery. Embrace the company of family and friends and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at choosechangeca.org.
1 year ago, flames tore through Altadena and Eaton Canyon, changing lives forever. From the ashes, can a beloved community rise stronger? Hi, I'm Dominique DePrima, host of First Things First, weekday mornings, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. here on KBLA Talk 1580. And I'm inviting you to join us on Wednesday, January 7th, as we broadcast live from Perry's Joint on the 1-year anniversary of this horrific and devastating fire. We're remembering those we lost, celebrating the heroes and sheroes who answered the call, and honoring the resilience of neighbors who are determined to rebuild together.
I've been a strong black woman a long time, and I can't just break down now.
Hear the stories of survival, the voices of recovery, the spirit of community that the fire couldn't destroy, and yes, the angst of those who still do not know where they go from here.
Yeah, where am I gonna go?
At KBLA Talk 1580, we don't just cover the story, we're part of this community, and we've done our level best to hold those responsible for this fire accountable. And 1 year later, we're still standing together.
It is my hopes that black people will rebuild those homes.
So join us live at Perry's Joint, 2051 Lincoln Avenue in Pasadena, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Wednesday, January 7th, as we commemorate the 1-year anniversary of the Altadena Eaton Canyon fire. Because some stories demand to be remembered.
This too shall pass.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
You got a big mouth. Hello, Joe, you're up. Welcome.
We're unapologetically progressive, and we don't black down.
KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to First Things First. I'm James Farr, and I'm sitting in for Dominique DePrima, and I almost missed my cue. Miles didn't even tell me. We in studio just having such a good time. Got Dr. Sunshine in the studio, and y'all can hear her every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. right here on KBLA Talk 1580, and we also have Shep Crawford in the building, Pastor Shep Crawford in the building, and he has been nominated for about 17,000 Grammys and worked.
That's pretty accurate.
So somewhere down, somewhere around there, allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
But we were talking before we came forward. This is a Black Marriage Monday, right? Mm-hmm. And as we folks that are listening, marriages work. It ain't easy.
Yeah.
Friends and people have asked me, what's the key to marriage, right? My response has always been, as long as my key works when I get home, I'm good, right?
And then you have the key.
I got the key.
That's the key.
Yeah. That is the key, because it's an effort. And I say that, visually, it's an effort to change locks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's a declaration.
Yeah.
That you can't work on nothing from outside.
Exactly.
Outside the house.
Exactly. It's also an effort, I think, to keep the key.
Yeah. A lot of cats lose it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's also an effort to keep the key.
But Chef, I was asking before we came forward. this idea that as your wife is kind of telling you what she needed, right? Like that intimacy, and you wanted to know exactly what that meant, right? Just she wanted a little more cuddling and just being present with her, and kind of the chivalristic things that perhaps you had courted her with, right? And that could have been an affront to you, because you're like, hey, I'm this, I'm doing that, and I mean you seen my records, right?
Which is why I didn't think it'd be a difficult ask, because it's all in the records.
Yeah, well, that's a different skill, but I mean that's a different talent and skill set, right? In order to which you have masterfully done, right? But was there ever this moment where you looked at your wife, right, and instead of you she's looking out the window, right, just kind of projecting these things onto you, right, and telling you, did you ever kind of glean that mirror? That turn her and say, baby, stop looking out the window, right? Look at yourself. Did y'all have that moment?
Interesting.
Yeah, I would say that I didn't tell her to stop looking out the window. I told her I was on some look out the window and see how many women looking in.
Oh.
Do you see? I want all the women to listen up here. Actually, I want all the men to pay attention and take note. Take notes. Remix.
I was thinking, look at all the women looking in, thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I would love to have that problem. You know what I mean? So I was really on that type of time. I was thinking, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You know what I mean? What else do you want from me? For her to make the statement at that time that I am still not happy, right? And so, but eventually I turned the mirror onto me, and then realized that I don't have to like what she like. I just have to like her enough or love her enough to plant the seed. So to me, I'm not naturally romantic. You know, sitting couch together, holding hands. That's not naturally my thing. But it's hers, so I need to plant a seed into her so she can give me what I want. And so we found out, I would say, admiration, you know, respect.
I think it's important.
Yeah.
To say.
Yeah, respect, admiration, sex, and partnership. You know what I mean? And so once I figured out that even marriage is about seed and harvest, you know, for me, she don't have to speak to me all day to ask me for sex that night. For her, I have to work on her all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, so and so, you know, I had to think. You know, I think about her throughout the day, but me thinking about her is not enough. Let me text her every time I think about her. You know what I mean? I had to make more effort to show her in the way that she wants to see it. And once I found that out, that it is really about a woman is waiting for you to give a little so she can give you a lot. Give a little. You know what I mean? Yeah, give a little.
Were you guys defining and kind of writing your love languages at that time? Because, you know, everybody has a, you know, you in Chinese and I'm in Spanish, right?
Yeah.
But you know, obviously sex doesn't need language, right? It kind of can just happen, right? With anyone. But how did y'all find kind of that harmonic rhythm of what your love languages were? Because what I've learned in 26 years, I was just not, I understood, but I wasn't comprehending, if you understand what I mean. Like, I can
we have
read
a few words on the paper.
Okay.
We have a few. We're still learning the language. Communication definitely is probably at the root of all of the problems, I think, in a marriage. And trying to...
That's so general, though, right?
It is very general, but also very true. And I think a good example is the one he just gave. Like, when I said I need intimacy, to me, that was pretty obvious. But to him, it's like, what does that even mean? And now I have to find a way to communicate back what that means. So I'm like, hold on, let me figure out what that means to me. So I think that was a good example. And I think we also take for granted that our partners are automatically going to understand or just know what to do. Sometimes it's things we can't even communicate, especially women. We go off of how we feel. And sometimes that's hard to put words to. I shouldn't say we go off, but we're led by how we feel. And how we feel is a language of its own. How do I now articulate those feelings to my husband, who is not necessarily being led by how he feels, but being led in another way? Like, this is reality. This is logical. I'm taking the feelings out. And that's to me, that is the language barrier. Because when you take the feelings out, it takes away my validation. I am not validated in that moment.
Yeah. And from a male perspective, you know, we're business owners and we're working our business. So if I had a business owner who spoke Spanish, I mean a partner, but he was the best partner for me, I would start learning this language.
Right.
Because I want to win in business.
Right.
We have to start looking at marriage the same way. That she's a great partner for me. I have to learn her language. You know what I mean? I might not get it totally, but enough at least for it to be operable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that is the key. The key is, do you understand the power of the partnership? That God made us totally different so we can work off each other's differences. He gave her what he didn't give me. He gave me what he didn't give her. And so instead of trying to make her me, I'm going to accept that she's her, which helps me or helps us be us.
Which I think is the language barrier. Yeah. You said it. He made me English and him Spanish or vice versa. So now we have to figure out. And I think that is part of an issue. People are looking for mates that are just like them.
I couldn't be with me.
Yeah. But you have to actually intentionally think and know that.
But
There's
most people
some
who were like you are your ex.
Ooh.
It did not
your
work.
Exes were just like you.
It did not work.
Bar, right?
Exactly. Yeah, your exes were just like you.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And you enjoyed some of that, but you can't. That's not the way God. He wants difference. Look at our bodies. He's saying that neither one of you can make a baby by yourself.
All alone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I gave you different tools to create together. Metaphorically, it's the same thing. I made you different. Embrace those differences instead of complaining so you can make something together.
How do we get lost in this? Because I think what you're describing, what you both are describing, is what kept Big Mama and Pawpaw together, right? You know, and generations ago together, less being separated by white supremacy and other things, systemic things that may have disrupted black families. But this idea of how people get lost in this fairy tale of what marriage is.
I like that, lost.
It is the most fantastical thing I can think of that and you write about it in records, right? I mean that's part of it's a dream, right? It's a feeling, it's an emotion, and it's people like you that get us in trouble because we not Chef Crawford, we ain't Kenny Babyface, like I pay you. We're not. It doesn't show up in real life like that. But how do people get lost in that? And we're gonna pin it there because I'm gonna pick it up when we come. Well,
Okay.
Go ahead. You want to? I think.
No. Let's pin it there.
Okay. Definitely want to pin it there. When we come forward, I want to this idea of what marriage is, right, or what it ain't. Right. And is black marriage thriving? Is it surviving? This idea that, be it systemically or forced choice, whatever, but sisters are out educated, they're earning more. This positioning of masculinity has shifted with opportunities and other things. Is it what it used to be? Can it be what it needs to be? Stay with us. We'll try to get to all of that when we come forward. Only at KBLA Talk 1580. We got you black.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
Looking for a purposeful and passionate way to make a difference in your community? Volunteer with our Senior Medicare Patrol and help prevent Medicare fraud. S&P volunteers work in their community educating peers about healthcare fraud and how to prevent and detect it. Free training starts soon. Check us out online or at an S&P open house near you. We're on a mission to stop fraud. Join our team. You make a difference. Visit CASMPvolunteer.org.
Hello?
Hi, this is Regional Power and Utility calling to inform you of an outstanding balance.
I thought I paid that.
You're scheduled for immediate shutoff unless it's resolved today. I can help you make your payment right now.
Learn to pause, reflect, and protect yourself from scams with the help of the AARP Fraud Watch Network. Nice try. Visit aarp.org/fraudwatchnetwork to recognize fraud sooner.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
That's right. You're getting back to not Dominique DePrima. You're getting back to James Farr. This is First Things First, and I am sitting in for Dominique DePrima, and I am joined in studio just 2 days before Christmas, this holiday season. So many things that I wanted to try to unpack into this, but I mean, the conversation is rich. I'm enjoying it. I feel like. I'm like, this is almost like church.
Okay.
This is almost church. Because, I missed it.
We soul surviving.
Yeah, I skipped church the other day, listening to your show, Dr. Sunshine.
Do not put it on me.
Well, somebody paid it all.
Okay. I'm on early enough you can still make church.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. I'm a work in progress. What they say. I thank God I don't look like how I feel or whatever. Please be patient with me. I can run them.
Come on.
All of them.
He ain't through.
Yeah, all of that. But just trying to figure out, this idea of what marriage looks like. We're coming into 2025. I think I've been to maybe 3 weddings in the last 20 years.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. And then we're at
That's
that
not
age.
a lot.
No, I mean, my wife and I were married younger. Probably missed other folks' weddings. Our friends and our children are just now kind of old enough to. But we didn't have there was not this big class of us getting married and stuff where. We had that as an example. So I guess what I'm asking is the idea of what black marriage is. Is it over? Is it dead? I mean, what are y'all seeing?
I think it's re-emerging. Were you going to say something? I think it's re-emerging in a new way from my perspective. I think that years ago when I first got married, some of my friends as well too, I think we came in with an idea or understanding of what marriage looked like and what the woman's role should be. And I believe a lot of us came in a little inauthentic, trying to play a role. I know in the beginning, I was so busy trying to figure him out and shape and contort to what he needed that I wasn't bringing in my authentic self.
Let me ask you.
And he could see through that.
I don't, as I watch the time, I'm gonna jump ahead. You correct me if I got it wrong. Could that be, for example, showing up, cooking, and that ain't your ministry?
Yes, it could be.
Okay, all right.
It could be, and it's kind of placating. I talked about it on my show. It's fawning. It's let me. Yeah, I do like cooking. You want to cook? Let me be a cook. And I think now people are giving themselves more permission to be themselves, men and women. But I think men have had more permission to do so over the years. But I think women are coming in a little more authentic.
Yeah, I think when we look at the older relationships, our grandparents, I think one of the things we realize is that they stayed together, but they didn't really deal with their trauma.
Yeah.
And so it was like, we'll stand together no matter what. You know what I mean? And, grandpa worked and mom stayed home, so the roles were clear.
Right.
In today's time, you could do whatever you want. The woman is, bringing in, you can't buy her a house. She has one. You know what I mean? You can't give her kids. She has kids. So it's a different thing here. I think one of the things that we have to realize is that us staying together now is not the same as it was back then. Back then, it was, we didn't talk about it. We're going to stay together. That's not happening in today's marriage.
It is not.
So I think we have to learn, as Black people evolve into our healing, that we have to learn that there is some self-healing that has to happen internally about things that have happened when we grew up, things that have been passed down generationally, for the marriage to really work. And so I think it's time, it's really, really time for us to really start having conversations. Back in the day, they'd be like, goes on in the house, stays in the house, we don't want to talk about it. Mom knew what Pops was doing, didn't say nothing about it.
Yeah,
those things they won't work today.
They will not.
And so we have to now literally say we got to really deal with this trauma if we want marriage to heal in the 21st century.
And I also, to add to that, I also think being honest, I think it's hard for women I'm speaking about women, to be honest about their true feelings because they don't want to disrupt. And I'm talking about, upset too much, or I think in general, we will avoid conflict and contort. It goes back to that. And I wonder if that is systemic or generational. What happens in this house stays in this house. To your point, I know what he's doing, but I'm not going to bring that up. I'm not going to disrupt, if you will. And so then you lose yourself. It's not your authentic self, and you're lost in that.
Is the idea that marriage is truly a partnership lost?
It is lost, and it's the only way for it to return to being healthy is to think partnership.
Partnership. I was going to say, that's the word.
Ship. Right, it's not.
Yeah,
we could be partners.
Yes, right.
You and I
we can team up
right now.
Yeah, we can team up.
Put it out and never see each other again. Right,
yes.
and the administration of it will your account, my account. We never. That's not a ship.
Yeah.
What's the ship in this part?
I think the ship, and I think the ship is the commitment of love. The noun of it, as opposed to the verb of it, the feeling of it. Actually, it's not a feeling. The ship is not a feeling. The ship is a commitment. And I think people who stay together through the thick and through the thin have committed to the commitment of love. So when it doesn't feel good, you work through that feeling. When it gets tough, you work through that feeling.
And I would say, that when God looked at all his creation, as dope as he is, the only one that he looked at and said it's not finished is a person alone. You know what I mean? And so there's a partnership that he is saying you can get more out of in partnership. So for us, like I said, if we want a baby, we got to come together no matter how we feel. And so if you're looking at producing not necessarily a child, but some type of thing that comes out of your marriage, then you got to learn to come together in that partnership. Love, of course, is the feeling that gets you into it, but it's partnership that keeps you in.
You know why? Because although you always love your partner, you don't always like. So you can't really. I love you, but I'm in a season where I don't like you. And so it's the commitment of love
you
that
can fall out of love,
that.
so you have to commit to love. You can fall out of the feeling of love. Anything you can fall into, you can fall out of. You know what I mean? So
well, y'all need a show, because some of that foolishness I saw on that Married Medicine. Anyway,
Married to Medicine.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I'm traumatized still. And Sister Farr, if you listening, yes, I am traumatized from that.
Oh no, Sister Farr, I'm with you in more ways than one.
I'm traumatized. How can people? We got 30 seconds. Yeah. How can people reach you, Pastor? Church. We didn't even say the church name.
The Experience Christian Ministries, aka ECM. You can check us out on IG. I'm Shep Crawford, and my wife is Dr. Sunshine, and all of our information is going to be on there as well too. So,
the Dr. Sunshine and the Dr. Sunshine Show and the real ECM. Yeah.
This has been. You know what? I think I'm all right.
I think you are too. And Sister Farr.
Me and Sister. Well, we gonna be all right.
Y'all are already all right.
we gonna fight it out and love it out and keep working it out, right?
Yeah.
Like that is truly what that partnership has been, and it's truly is my best friend, and you know, she's probably the only one that I told you I couldn't be married to me.
Come on.
I talk to people like they stupid, I've been told. So,
hats off, Sister Farr.
I'm working on it. Hey, y'all, Tavis Smiley is up next with the best of. And I'm going to leave y'all with a quote from my buddy D.B. Bedford for this holiday season. You do not have to light yourself on fire in order to make other people feel warm. Till we have another opportunity to talk to you, as always, Agape.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News Now. Nicki Minaj made a surprise appearance at Turning Point USA's America Fest. Nicki joined Erica Kirk on stage Sunday to bash California Governor Gavin Newsom and praise President Trump.
Dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president.
Minaj says she has the utmost respect and admiration for our president. Erica Kirk, the widow of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, is endorsing J.D. Vance for president in 2028. The vice president has not officially launched a bid for presidency. And an NBC News Decision Desk